in everything that I see, in every relationship. Everything's given to me, and it's like it just reinforces that saying. I really need to do nothing. The only thing I've got to do is see the truth and laugh. That's it. And remember who I am. You know, and then we got into the conversation about books and reading and studying and theology and doing courses and all this stuff. And the guidance on that from the Holy Spirit was it's helpful, but there comes a time when you need to drop it all and just come into the experience of your being, and to just be in that state of seeing the truth and laughing. And I don't need to pay £600 and travel across country, you know, to hear somebody deliver a message to me that I already know. It's in a different form and a different package, the same message, and I say yes and I enjoy it. And then I do it again and it's a different form again. And I say yes, but how many times am I going to repeat this, and how many times do I need to do it? Well, I don't. I just need to have an experience now. Drop the words, drop the study, you know, just get into complete experience of my being. Because of course the ego self, that, you know, if I become identified with that, then the ego self is always going to tell me that there's something to learn. He's always going to tell me that I need to read the book again. He's always going to tell me that I've missed something. He's always going to tell me that I haven't quite got it. He's always going to tell me that I've forgotten some of it. He's always going to tell me to do it again, because that's the ego's mantra: seek and do not find. And so, you know, I could be busy with my head in books my entire lifetime, but there really is no need. It's just to get into an experience. And then I became aware of another course that's going on this year, and so I said, well, I don't really need to go to that then, and got into this conversation like, why can't as brothers just join, just to agree to joining without a plan? Why can we not do that? Why does there have to be a plan? Why does there have to be a regime and a structure and a book and a teacher and a follower and a leader on these words? Why does there have to be knowing? Can you not just agree to join and see where life takes you? And I thought, wow, that would be awesome, you know? If a group of us just agreed to meet up, not knowing what the day was going to entail, not knowing where we were going to go or what we were going to do or what we were going to experience or what we were going to see, just being in experience and having all that expansiveness going on. It would be awesome. And then it was like there was a message. It's a lack of trust. It's a lack of trust in God and a lack of faith. And if you lack trust in God and you lack faith and you lack trust in yourself, and then this question arose: so how many of us can actually agree to that joining without knowing? How many of us can do that? I've done it. I've done it often. And what came to mind this morning was I've had lots of experience of it. Maybe twice a year for the past 4 years, I've had this hit where it's I put the kettle on in the morning and think I'm going to make a coffee, and I have no idea what's going to happen with my day, and the kettle's not even boiled yet, and it's like, get your coat on, get your backpack on, you're going out. And like, oh, I'm going out. But I just followed, and I knew I didn't have any money, I didn't have a car, I had no idea what I was going to do or where I was going, but I just followed with trust. And every single time the experience was joyful. It was fun. It was life itself, and everything was given, and miracle upon miracle upon miracle just rolled on, and I lived like a king. And in every experience, every time I did that, it was beautiful. And yet I realised with such a profound awareness this morning that I had this experience, of doing this. And I've travelled the UK, I've travelled in America, I've travelled in Greece and Corfu, and this year I travelled Scotland doing it. A penny in my purse and a backpack on, no knowing, and just allowing everything and the experience to unfold. I've done it. Yet this profound awareness came to me this morning that I have that experience, and then I tell myself, wow, that was awesome, I'll bottle that memory, put it on the shelf. I can't wait for next year to come around so I can do it again. The Holy Spirit said to me, what is it within you that thinks that you have to have this one-time experience and wait an entire year for the next one? This is how you should be living 24/7. This is how you should be living in every moment of now. Why are you experiencing the joy? Why are you experiencing the miracle? Then bringing yourself out of it and plonking yourself back in unreality and waiting for the next one. This is available in every moment now, in full flow. And it's about a choice that I make and a decision that I make. Yet I was not even aware that that's what I was doing until this morning. And it was so profound, and I thought, wow, Holy Spirit is so right. I mean, why would I get into such states of joy and freedom and liberation and the miracle and the love and the joy? Why would I get into that experience and then think that it was just a limited experience encapsulated in time, and that I had to wait on the linear continuum for the next one? It's like madness, What I am, in truth, cannot come in and out of being. In and out suggests linear time. In and out suggests separation, and that's not what I am. So it was just this profound awareness. And then, of course, we get into joy and get into pleasure, and the Holy Spirit says, don't identify with pleasure. Just witness it, observe it, accept it, experience it, but don't identify with it and don't add any value to it, because pleasure is just one side of a coin. There's two sides to this coin, so it's like pleasure and pain are the same. They're the same. The two sides of one coin, and they both have one purpose, and that is to have us become bodily identified. So really there's no difference between pleasure and pain, because they have the same purpose. So don't be fooled by that, but just, accept the experience and remember just to see the truth and laugh. And I thought, how simple is that? How simple is it? It's as easy as pie, and reminds me of Jesus, and his favourite saying with me was, keep it simple. That was his favourite saying. And how simple is it? How simple. I mean, do I need to spend my entire lifetime reading and studying different books? do I have to really force myself to keep studying? How long do I do that? Do I do it for a week? Do I study the course for a week? Do I do it for a year? 5 years? 10? 20? 50? I've known people who have studied the course since it was written. You know, and people do this for their entire lifetime. But do I need to do that? Is it required of me? No. It's not required of me. I don't need to do that. It's really, really simple. Once you've got it, you've got it, and you just stay focused and continue to see the truth and laugh. What I've noticed on my experience that the ego tells me, oh, God, you need to go back and do it again. You know, and I've fallen for it, hook, line and sinker, time and time again. But in truth, the reality is, I don't have to go back and do anything again. And I just have to remind myself that every image that I seem to perceive, every person that I meet, every relationship that I experience has been given and is in perfect alignment with my awakening. All I have to do is forgive. And forgiveness is to see the truth and laugh. So, wow, what a profound experience that was for me this morning. And it just frees me up. It frees me up, you know. And so I'm dropping all these labels, you know. But I appreciate everything that's been given and how these stepping stones have got me to where I am. And I love the course, I do. And I will always remain grateful for it. And if I want to open a page and read it, in my experience, because it's given, then I will. I might do it today, I might not. I might do it tomorrow, I might not. Whatever is given is what's needed for me. And so all I have to do is skip through life laughing. That's all I have to do. How amazing is that? I just have to skip through life laughing, and that's truly liberating. Truly liberating. So yeah, I just thought that was worth recording, so I can remind myself again and again to see the truth and laugh. Yeah, and so I'll speak with you soon, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, and remember to see the truth and laugh.